So it's our first full day in Dry Tortugas today, and last night we got in just before sunset, anchored, got checked in, came back, and noticed a bunch of commercial boats starting to come and anchor around us, so I feel like we were almost in like the commercial section, I guess. Bird Key Harbour, is that what we're in? Yeah. Seems like we had a lot of lobster crabber fishermen that came in at all hours of the night, actually. Like 11 o'clock they were still rolling in here with their bright lights on. But I mean, other than that, it was a little more rocky than I thought it would be, I guess, because we're in a little bit deeper water than what we usually are in the mooring field, so it's a little bit of a difference. Our anchor held great. Of course, I was up all night just checking, making sure we were still where we're supposed to be. What else? This morning, all of the boats that were here revved up their engines at 7 a.m. to head out and go crabbing or whatever lobster trapping they're doing today. So that was a little loud and unexpected. And then the seaplanes started rolling in shortly after that. So overall, I wouldn't say it's like super relaxing of an anchorage, but of course it's beautiful. I mean, it's different. I don't think I expected so much action though. But
yeah. And the good news is that the holding is great.
Yeah, the holding is. I'd probably take that over. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Having less people and crappy holding. So we're about to go diving. We're excited. Yay!
Yeah, we're gonna be meeting these guys.
Oh, yeah,
look at that.
Groupers. Groupers keep checking us out. They're a little scary.
He's right there.
That's big. Like half the size of the dinghy.
What do you think, Turf? Could you take it? That guy could gulp you and me. turning blue. Yeah. And what is that? Is that another dead seagull? This must be where seagulls come to die.
spot, to be honest with you.
Is it a cloud? What is this?
Okay, so we are here on Loggerhead Key in the Dry Tortugas. Our day didn't exactly go the way we had we planned. I know we had started off getting ready for diving, but as we head out to some of the sites, it's a combination of it being way too rough and the mooring balls not being there, so nowhere to attach to, so make it a little difficult to dive. And we figured that, you know, if we're going to do something, it might as well be fun, and you shouldn't risk your life trying to do it. We had, you know, definitely at least a 3-foot swell out there on that dinghy. It's
hard on your back.
Yeah, definitely hard on your legs, hard on your back, hard on your neck. And we'd only made it about like a mile and a half, and we realized we had at least 3.5, 4 more miles to go to that site. So we turned around and we headed to another dive site where the mooring ball wasn't there. So we're gonna revisit diving tomorrow with we're gonna bring in some heavy machinery and hope that it goes a little bit better. But me see, and get you out of the sun. There we go. So, yeah, we're just gonna explore Loggerhead Key, see what it has to offer. We explored Little Africa and the reef underwater, so now we'll see what land has to offer.
Did you just say cactuses?
Cactus.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's cacti, but don't ask me.
I just said cactus. That is the name.
How much? Yeah, right. Nobody lives here. Wait, is that a hammock? There's something's. Maybe they're research peeps.
Oh, it's the fort.
Fort Hef. Just that way. We may have this island to ourselves, but the locals are everywhere. The natives.
They got some fresh skin.
Yeah.
It's our initiation.
I'm sure they smelled us coming. Or they heard us having engine problems after our beautiful snorkel. We had just an amazing little snorkel session, and then we couldn't get the engine started. More on that.
You want me to carry the pack instead?
No, it's all right. Like a little hollow coconut. That's amazing. All the cacti, the cactuses, the cactuses.
Isis.
Cacti. Still got a dinghy.
Yes. You know, really.
That's always a plus. Now we just need her to start.
Trail, you've been good to us.
Alright, so we are back on the boat after exploring Loggerhead Key above and below sea level. It's a good day. Like I said earlier, we wanted to go out and dive, but we couldn't because the ball for the Windjammer is damaged. It's missing. The other sites were a little too far away, and we couldn't see a ball in one of them that we were about a half mile away, and so we opted to go we opted to go snorkel Little Africa at Loggerhead Key instead, and then we went to explore by land. And I know that I mentioned that I hope this wind isn't too much for you. If it is, I'm sorry.
Let us know.
I'm sorry. But so as we were getting done with our snorkel, we had the dinghy tied up to a mooring ball, and it was not starting. So I'm just like, wow, we are stranded 70, 80 miles away from home, and our dinghy won't start. A dinghy that hasn't given us really any issues, and it's like this has never happened before. It wouldn't start, so we got it working, and we were like, okay, all is well. We take the dinghy over to the beach. We beached the Loggerhead Key. We explored, and when I said more on this, I'm glad I did because we weren't done. We go to leave Loggerhead Key, and the same thing happens again. But of course, the fix was a little bit harder this go round for whatever reason. But
he got it going. He's such a good mechanic.
we got it going. I winged it, but it worked.
At least we didn't have to spend the night on Loggerhead Key.
We didn't have to spend the night on Loggerhead Key. We didn't have to hail the Rangers or anybody else to come pick us up. And we made it back to the boat safely, and now we are anchored out just off of Fort Jefferson, enjoying the sunset. And life is great on Rumhaven, wouldn't you say?
I'd say. We had a rum drink to celebrate.
We usually have rum drinks. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later. So baby, tell them what we just saw.
We just watched the sunset and it was beautiful.
What else?
He thinks we saw a green flash, but it wasn't a green flash. It was just the top of the sun when it met the water was green, which wasn't a flash, so it wasn't a green flash.
Because it doesn't flash. It's not supposed to be some magical flash like off the Disney Channel. It just, the tip of the sun, it turns green.
Well, then it shouldn't be called a green flash.
Well, we didn't come up with the name. It should just be called the green.
I don't think
I don't know what it should be called, but that was definitely a green flash.
I don't think that was it.
It was a green
so
flash.
So if you've seen it, describe how you saw it. Because if it flashed, then that's not what we saw.
It was amazing. It was green and it was bright. It didn't it didn't, flash or take off like a shooting star, but at the end of it, it was definitely green, and nobody's going to dispute that. It was green AF. And it was amazing. But we forgot to tell you about the dinghy ride. So we're sitting, Fort Jeff's right there, and Loggerhead Key is about 2 miles that way, 2.5 miles from this anchorage, and it's not too bad because our ride in from the mooring field is about 1.5 miles, but we can feel not the same at all. When you can feel every single wave. Every wave. You can feel it in your back, you feel it in your neck, and your knees, your bones. But the dinghy feels it. The dinghy goes, go, boom, boom. And the motor, we caught air a couple of times. You hear the motor in the air. It's just...
The poor dinghy. She got a new hole from a tank.
Oh yeah, like a tank dug into the fiberglass. So that's gonna be fun to fix.
It was pretty intense, the dinghy ride, to be honest. Which is why we didn't go to one of the dive sites, because we got a mile into that and we were like, yeah, this isn't fun. It's not worth it. Let's turn around.
It's a shame. It's it's capable, but we took it out in some pretty rough stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, bye.